All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rachak Kodash. Double honor to the apostles, great millstone, and peace and salutation to the hopeful members of the elect, the Bechor in the house of David that's been preordained, predestined to get delivered in these last times and to be the ruling governing body of the nation Yasha'Allah. Continue on my lesson. It stopped for some reason. I thought I pushed the pause button, but I must have not. But this lesson is going to Esau kingdom. Once it falls, he won't be able to build back up. All right. And I was going to get Malachi, but I said something along the lines of I was going to Daniel, because once once Esau, Edom's kingdom is destroyed, with Yahushai, he's gonna come deliver the elect, and he's gonna establish his kingdom. All right. Esau, Edom, they're gonna be in slavery. All right. But let's get Daniel, the 2nd chapter, verse 40, in the 4th kingdom, which we're currently in. All right, this is the Roman Empire, and the Roman Empire started with who? Augustus. All right. Just to fact check that. Started around 27 BC, Augustus, because Augustus' father-in-law was Julius Caesar. Now he was ruling in Rome, or he was ruling, over the Romans when it was known as a Roman Republic. All right, it wasn't the Roman Empire yet. That was through Augustus, and I don't know why this thing is giving me a hard time. It's okay, because I just fact checked it, when I was doing my last video. All right, and it was 27 BC. That's when Augustus established the Roman Empire. Okay, and the 4th kingdom, which again the Roman Empire, all right, shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these shall it break in pieces and bruise, because the Romans ruled. All right, they were conquering because of the iron that they had, for swords and shields and armor. All right. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, now this is going into, later throughout history, way later. All right, when the EU and NATO were formed, because the Roman Empire came back again during the Renaissance period. All right, the rebirth, that's what it stands for. And it gradually started building. All right, Esau, Edom came back in power. Okay, but the NATO and EU, all right, this the Roman Empire revived all over again with Babylon, the whore. That's America. The 10 horns, the 7 heads and 10 horns are again NATO and the EU. All right. It says, and whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided. But there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay. And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdoms shall be partly strong and partly broken. Right. So, the iron represents the strong nations of NATO, and the miry clay represents the weaker nations of NATO. All right, it's that simple. And they're all Edomite nations. All right, because this is Esau's kingdom right now. It's his blessing. He's fulfilling. And in the days of these kings shall the Most High of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. For as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it brake in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, the gold, the great power hath made known to the king, which shall come to pass hereafter, and the dream is certain, the interpretation thereof sure. Right, so a kingdom, Yahushai's kingdom is going to stand forever. It's never going to be taken down, ever, So let's get Malachi, the 1st chapter, verse 4. Actually, I'll start at verse 1. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord, yet Ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus the Lord of hosts, thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. So Esau Edom thinks he's going to build back up his New World Order, or he's going to establish his New World Order, because right now his kingdom is falling apart. And some of it is done by design because they want to establish their New World Order. All right. But it's not going to be able to be built back up. All right. It's not. It's through. Everything is through over here. Okay. And the Lord does hate Esau, Edom, you so-called white people. All right. And we have our people that are amongst you Edomites who may look like Edomites, but they're Israelites according to the lineage of their father. All right. And you're not white. Again, that was created in 1681 in West Virginia. That whole classification of black and white. They're really red. For 2nd Ezra 6 verse 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. You see? So we're at the end of Esau's world, and our world is up next. Okay? So call Allah Yahweh Shemashah. You see? So, just a quick lesson, all right? Lord willing, it was edifying. Okay. Until the next time, Shalom.